Hey everyone, it's Justin from Blackbird Creative, and today I want to share a little tip that we implement when we design header and footers for clients. So normally the client will ask us to design like the header and footer, and we will insert it into a Word document in a way where it can't be moved or shifted by accident, and we'll normally format the document so it's nice and neat and works with the brand. So if you want to have a look, and we'll basically start a new document. So file, new document. That's it, brand new, nice and fresh. First thing we want to do is check your page setup. For our clients, we normally just go A3 or A3 borderless, depending on the design. That can change, but we're just going to get A4. Orientation, make sure we've got a portrait orientation. You can also do the other one, but for this particular design we're going to do portrait. Press OK. From there we're going to double click in this top section here. So we'll bring up the header and footer. So you got the header there, you got the footer there. While you're in the footer section, we're going to go to insert up here, and then we're going to insert some pictures. So picture from file. So this particular design here, we designed that in our own program, so it's all ready to go. It's the right size, and we just got to insert it. So we're just going to insert that, and there you go. That's it. That's the designed template image that's going to sort of sit behind the document text. So the main thing, you just need to make sure when it's designed that it's 300 dpi and CMYK in terms of color mode, because this is going to be printed, so it needs to be in those formats in order to print the color correctly and print nice and sharp. So once that's inserted there, we're going to go to position. So up here on the top, position, make sure it's centered. Text wrap, this is very important, make sure it's behind the text, so it's not going to overlay on everything you write down when you type it in. So once that's done, we're going to right click on the image, and then we're going to go to size and position. Go to position in the little tab up here. Make sure it's all centered relative to the page for both horizontal and vertical. Make sure that's all good. Text wrapping, it should be behind text, just make sure it's there. And size. So when you're in size, make sure the width here is at least 21 centimeters. So I'm going to get as close as we can to 21. So about there. Okay, cool. So once that's done, I'm going to press OK. And that should be right to the right size of the page. So when you click close, it all sits nicely in the background. I can't move it. If I just click on here and drag, it won't move, and that's pretty much what we want to happen. Now we want to create some custom margins, so we're going to go to layout, margins, custom margins. And while we're doing this, because we want to sort of have the text sit nicely in here without overlapping the borders or overlapping anywhere we don't want all the logo. So we're going to go to, once you're in the margins section here, with top, we're just going to give about 5.5 centimeters space. So that's going to push it down, so all the text will start from there. The bottom, we'll do 3, and the sides we'll do 2.5. We'll do 2.6 for each. So the left will go in 2.6 centimeters, 2.6, the bottom will be 3, and the top will be 5.5 centimeters. So let's just check that out and make sure. So you can see the text is starting there, and you've got that bit of a space in between this element and these elements here, because you don't want it obviously too close together. You want to give a good white space between all the elements so everything looks nice and neat. So the next thing we're going to do is place some fill text, and the reason why is because it's just easier to sort of visualize what everything will look like. So this is just some dummy text that doesn't mean anything, but for the purpose of this, we're going to format this text nicely, so when we make it as a template, we don't have to fit around with fonts and all that sort of stuff. So once you click here, there's two ways you can do it. You can normally just go the usual tools up here and make it the fonts that you want. I like to use the style plane just because it's just better to use as a template. First thing you do with this text is clear formatting. So we just get rid of any formatting where you copied it from, any weird little things that are in the fonts or in the text that you don't see. It's just going to be all removed. So once that's clear, we're going to go to normal, or you can change the name to anything you want, but this particular one's just going to be the normal body text. So we're going to modify style. I'm going to call this body text. I'm going to change this to Helvetica regular. Font size, anything around 10 point for print. It's nice. It's not overly big. Obviously, depending on what the document is for, you might have to go bigger, but for this case, we're going to go 10 point. We're going to go justify it to the left, or align it to the left. With the spacing, I'm going to give it a bit more space, so go 1.5. Let's give it a bit more room and add the template. Press OK. And now every time we want to change the body text, we can just change it through here. So this is useful when you're doing big, 100-page documents. Instead of having to highlight all the text, you just go to clear formatting, or you just go to the body text and just modify it from there, and it will change it throughout the whole document. So now I'm just going to pretend we've got some paragraphs here, and we're going to make a subheading. So same procedure. We're going to use heading 2 as our. This document already has its own version, but we don't like it, so we're going to change it to our own. So once we're in heading 2, we're going to click modify style. I'm going to change that to design heading 2 so I know which one it is. We're going to change the color to black, keep it nice and simple. We want this heading to be a little bit bigger, so probably we'll go 12 point. Helvetica bold, nice and big so it stands out, and that should be okay. Add that to the template. Okay, and there you go. So we'll just add another subheading here, just copy and paste, and that's pretty much set up, ready to go to use. And just to go back to justification and how to quickly use these tools in the style plane. For instance, if I wanted to quickly change how all the text is justified, and I wanted to make it centered or just fully justified, I'd go back to the body text, modify style. So you'll see everything will go centered, left, and justified. Justified is really good for corporate documents, and if you want to make something really neat, the difference is you see here it's all boxed up nicely. There's no little little bits sticking out. It's all nice and uniform. If I go back to left align, you see how it's not as neat. But that's, yeah, depending on the document, depending on the branding, the style, that's your call. So we're just going to make it justified text. So nice and sharp on the edges there. Press OK. So pretty much that's it. All you need to do is save this as a template. So save as template. Just make sure you know where you're saving it. Just save resources. So QLTY Word template. And that's it. So the next time you open it, it will open up and everything, all this information, all these fonts will be already there. You don't have to change anything around, and you won't have that mistake of accidentally clicking the background and accidentally shifting it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully that helped you out. And yeah, if you have any design questions or problems, feel free to hit us up online for our Facebook or email. Thanks.